Hey friends, I am going to read you a short excerpt from my birth story that's in my new book, Feng Shui Mommy. There was once a super sperm, stronger than all the rest, who found its way into the loving caress of a waiting egg. Together they bonded, creating a miracle as profound as the birth of a star or a baby sleeping through the night. This blooming miracle began to grow in size, and its carrier vessel expanded to accommodate it. As the vessel expanded, her outer coverings began to stretch, her bosom swelled, and her flatulence became uncontrollable. Magic was happening. The week before I peed on the stick to end all sticks, my partner, Eric, and I were suffering from paralyzing indecision over which summer concerts to go to and whether we should toy around with going vegan. We didn't. Our indecisive paralysis shifted into more of a catatonic meltdown when we found out what excellent decision makers our sperm and egg were. Who knew that a tiny pink symbol on a pea-soaked stick could render you mute and useless for 24 hours? And what a transformation. In that time, I went from a champagne-sipping, coffee-coddling, carefree woman to the smell of your mimosa makes me nauseous, and the coffee you're able to sip makes me want to cry future mother. It's glorious, really it is. People carry your groceries. The dainty tower of mind, body, spirit alignment I had been so meticulously piecing together was blown down in one mighty gush of the bladder. Saying I was afraid of the changes that come with pregnancy doesn't begin to cover it. Those two pink lines sent multiple blasts of shock through me and awakened so much darkness. Denial, confusion, loss, nausea, selfishness. Mixed with the dark was a welcome blend of bliss and excitement. Who knew there was enough space for all of it? Although the water in the pregnancy pond was not ideal, climbing out of it was not an option. I was in my late 20s and in a new but committed relationship. I had a sad yet stable bank account, and most importantly, I felt that the pregnancy was right. It was like my spirit had popped its head up and slapped the Nike slogan on my forehead. Though I was terrified of just doing it, I still had a strange compulsion to tell everyone about my unplanned pregnancy because early pregnancy hormones make me emotionally masochistic. News of my sans wedlock pregnancy made the ladies at my grandparents' Catholic retirement center say, "Huh?" and start praying, and made my New Age mama friends say, "Welcome to the club. Will you be eating your placenta?" My perspective on the situation shifted every 5 to 10 minutes during the first few weeks after the urination. 1 minute, I would be miserably dry heaving in the toilet because that's what pregnant women do, right? And 7 minutes later, I would be joyfully wolfing down a foot-long sub because that's what pregnant women do, right? I was a hot mess. No, really, I was so hot. There wasn't a magic pill to quell my craziness. I just had to allow myself to be a multiple personality pregnant lady until I figured out how to settle into my new reality. To begin the process of settling in, I flipped into my type A get shift done mode. I made more long sandwiches and I made lists. Lots of lists. Because just about every aspect of my identity in the world was suddenly up for grabs, I made a list for each of the core elements of my life: romantic relationship, family, friends, career, body, spirit, home, neuroses over anything I don't control, the normal stuff. On each list, I brainstormed about how my journey into motherhood would affect that element of life and how I would spend the next 7-ish months preparing for or releasing my resistance to those effects. I also made lists for Eric. He was totally into it. I then took one item from one list every day and did it. Pregnancy got easier after that. I fell into something that didn't quite resemble a groove, but was more like a trough, which presumably led to childbirth. Thanks. If you like it, go ahead and get your own copy of Feng Shui Mommy. You can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. You can also get more information on my website, baileygaddis.com.